What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today I'm bringing you guys a very highly requested drift build, which is the Aston Martin 177. Now, this car has been requested for a very long time, but I never quite had the credits to do it, so I just received my Forza credits bonus, my monthly rewards credit bonus, and I was like, you know what? I'm finally going to be able to do the 177 build, so I'm going to go ahead and just go for it. Now, I've actually never owned a 177 before in Forza 5. I owned a bunch of them in Forza 4, but I never really touched them in Forza 5. Now, we're starting out with 750 horsepower base. That's our base. And I'm expecting at least somewhere in the mid-900, 950 range for this car. I'm going to look through the... ooh, that's nice. I'm going to look through some of the other designs and see if we find anything that we like, but... I like the one, the previous one, I can't even remember, the red one, the one that I really liked, the one that I remember really liking. That one, that chrome red, I think that looks really cool. Oh my god, chrome red with black wheels, that is crazy. That is absolutely insane looking. I mean, it's gorgeous, though. It's so, reflective and shiny, but then you got the matte black wheels, which just look absolutely incredible. I gotta look around this car in Forza Vista for a minute, because it's just so beautiful. God, look at that. It's just one of those cars that I can never get over the sheer beauty of it. And the 7.3-liter V12 is just incredible. It's an absolutely wonderful engine, and it sounds amazing. And we're gonna get some extra sound out of it later on. Now let's go ahead and start it up stock and just see what it sounds like stock. Even this interior is absolutely beautiful. But let's go ahead and see what it sounds like. If I can get the camera over there. There we go. For stock, that sounds incredible, but we're going to ramp this thing up with a race exhaust and a bunch of other modifications. It's not only going to sound like an absolute monster, it's going to go sideways like one too. I mean, it can do that already in stock form, but you guys already know we got to do something crazy with it. We always. Actually, we cannot drop the suspension anymore. That's actually quite interesting that they don't let you lower it any more than stock. It's one of the few cars in Forza that they actually have that restriction on. As soon as we get all the drivetrain parts in here, then we're gonna go and have some fun upgrading the motor. And I'm not sure whether I'll change the wheels or not. I'll think about that while I'm doing the engine upgrades. Let's see, where are we now? 764. It won't actually let us upgrade the exhaust. That's interesting. 794. It's actually not much it's letting us do to this car at all. 806. You know why, actually? Because in order to get this amount of power out of this particular V12 already, Aston Martin has already done quite a bit of stuff to it. So that's why it's not really allowing us to do much. But, I mean, even though it's not going to be up where I thought it was going to be in power... actually, though, I didn't even look to see if there was forced induction options. Are there? Yes! Twin turbos, 933 horsepower on the base turbos. That's before a race turbo. Actually, we cannot do a race turbo. We can only upgrade the intercooler. That's odd. 1,003 horsepower. We pushed it over the 1,000 horsepower mark. I didn't originally think it was going to go that high, because not a lot of these V12s actually do. But this one apparently does, and I can't wait to see what it'll do. We'll leave it on street tires, and we're going to leave the tire size the way it is. And as far as wheels go, I'm going to just look and see what's there, and just see if there's anything that I really like. Because not a lot of new wheels would look good on this thing, but this one, sorry, this set looks really good. This particular set, I'm going to come back to that because that looks awesome, especially in the matte carbon fiber. Those look decent as well, but not quite as good as the others. That looks interesting, but I don't think it quite suits the car. It's got to be a design similar to that first one that we looked at. And so far, none of these wheels have really met that same kind of criteria. I'm thinking we're actually just going to go with those, the ones we found early on, because they look so good on this car. They fit it so well. I mean, you know when you find that exact set of wheels that just looks like it was meant for the car? That's what we did in this case. That's what happened in this case. And now we're going to give it a little bit of a base setup, and we'll see what it'll do, because I don't want to get, like, way deep into the setup and then, like, mess it up. So I'm just going to change out the tire pressure a little bit like I always do. In fact, let's make it a little bit lower than normal, and than I normally do. And then let's drop the ride height all the way. I'm surprised it's up so high stock. For the diff, get those both up to 100%. And see how it goes from just this baseline tune. If I feel like I need to modify anything, I will. But I'm actually thinking I probably won't have to modify that much on this car, because it's got so much power that getting it sideways is going to be really, really easy. The only thing that would make it difficult to drift is if it has like some kind of unpredictable handling characteristic, or if it's prone to snap oversteer. And I don't think it's prone to either of those. But, I mean, again, that's just a guess. But, like I said, I don't think it's prone to either of those. So, after the engine upgrades that we did, let's see how it sounds before we set off. That's insane with the sound of the turbos as well. That's quite possibly the meanest sounding V12 I've ever heard. And yeah, once you get it in boost, it has no problems keeping the rears spinning 100% of the time. Oh, this is an easy car to drift. It's an easy car to get sideways. If you have like quite a few credits just sitting around and you want a drift car that looks incredible and sounds incredible and is also really easy to drift at the same time, go for the 177. Seriously. It's easy to drift, it's fun, and like I said, it sounds amazing. It absolutely screams, and you don't really need any more than like a baseline setup to get mad slides out of it, really. I mean, just copy the setup that I put on this thing, and you'll be good to go. I can't wait to use this online, because not only is it something that you don't see online, but it's something that I feel could be highly competitive. I mean, a lot of the builds that I do, they're kind of, you know, they're different from what's usually out there online, but the reason for that is because they're not quite as effective. This could hang with pretty much anything that you find online, honestly. As far as, like, just the ability to get points, this thing, I guarantee you could hang with all of the S13s and Supras that you find online, because, my god, it's such a smooth drift car. And then right there, you saw the boost come on, right over 6,000 RPMs, then it just kicked in and went. I mean, what a soundtrack to have while you're drifting, too. The only thing you do have to keep in mind when you're drifting this car, especially I imagine when you're drifting it online, wow, I screwed that up big time. Right there, I just lost all my points and cracked a window, damn it. But when you're drifting this thing online, you are going to have to be careful about the fact that this car is a little bit large. It is a pretty big car. It's a pretty big car. and it's got a really long front end, so you're going to have to be careful, especially if you're tandeming with people, not to run into them. But I feel like other than that, I mean, it's wide as well, but if you're used to drifting most cars in Forza, I don't think the width of this car will be a problem for you. I think it'll just be the fact that the hood is very, very long and you can't really see it. I mean, it's not like some of the older muscle cars where you know the hood is there because you can see all the way down the dang thing, but in this, it's got a really long hood, but it drops off and you can't see it, so you're going to have to be really careful about that when it comes to actually drifting this car online, again, so you don't run into people all the time and make everybody in the lobby hate you. But I guess aside from getting used to that, I mean, if you already drift, for example, the SLS AMG, this, you're not even going to notice. You're not even going to notice the long hood if you already drift an SLS AMG or an SLR, or I'm trying to think what else. Maybe even, even a Corvette. If you drift a Corvette regularly, for example, this is not going to be any problem for you whatsoever. And actually, keeping this car in boost is not that hard, just because of the sheer amount of horsepower that you have, that you have outside of boost, because that power is there to catch you if you're outside of boost. It's there to keep the wheels spinning, and then when boost comes in, it just picks up where the engine kind of leaves off, or lets off just a little bit. So it's a really nicely balanced car, a nicely balanced setup, and it's definitely a car that I should have built a long time ago, and huge thanks to everybody that suggested this build, because I am absolutely in love with this car and this build now, and I will definitely be using it online, and you guys will definitely see this car again. You'll see a lot more of this car in videos, so again, I definitely enjoyed this car. Huge thanks to everybody that suggested it, because it is an absolute monster. I absolutely love drifting this car. But if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.